What's in and what's out in 2024? What's the next big thing on the catwalk? Fashion designer Rajo Laurel is here with us to tell us about his projections for 2024. Happy New Year, Rajo!
Happy New Year, Rico. Thank you for having me.
So what are the fashion trends for women in 2024?
Well, actually, fashion trends shouldn't be just for women. In fact, before the break, I told you I really want to talk about fluidity in fashion. That clothes actually don't have any gender. And you will see that more and more now that men can wear skirts and women can wear basically anything they want. So that's going to be one big thing that people should and look forward to in 2024. And also, one of the hottest things that I want to continue and press on is our environmental commitment. I think fashion, I'm not sure if you know this, but fashion is one of the biggest polluters in the world.
Yes.
And we really should continue the idea of sustainability.
Sustainability, the circular economy,
Absolutely.
right?
So we're pushing the mindset of slow fashion, which is the antithesis of fast fashion.
When you say slow fashion, sustainability, circular economy, I mean, is this what fashion houses really want? Because I mean, that will also be less revenues for the fashion designers and for the retailers.
Absolutely. However, it is, well, for me, you're asking me. I'm not a big magnet, but it is really the mindset of what these big fashion houses should be doing. It's yes and no, because it's essentially when you say slow fashion, it's all about the beauty of the handmade, the making sure that when you buy something, they actually last.
Right.
And there's a difference between big fashion houses like on High Street or actual true fashion houses that celebrate the commitment and creativity of true fashion.
And are we already seeing that among your peers
Absolutely.
and colleagues?
Yes.
That this is already being implemented?
In fact, it's wonderful to see because the advent of the embracement of the Filipino culture. You'll be seeing this actually. More and more people are embracing our terno, are embracing our natural weaves, are embracing the fact that we are going to be wearing more Filipino and more products that are actually from our country and our culture.
Terno, natural weaves, even the bamboo is now used for the Barong Tagalog and even for the ternos.
Correct.
And I'm seeing a lot of that right now among our kababayans. But what will it take to move it up to the next level on the fashion catwalks of Milan, Paris, and New York?
Well, it is up to us, 100 million plus Filipinos, to actually do that. I mean, we are not the social media capital of the world for nothing. So I implore all the Filipinos to continue uploading images of our culture, and pretty soon, it's actually there already. We're actually at the tipping point of making our culture fashionable.
And of course, what we also want, Rajo, is for our local materials to be worn by A-list Hollywood celebrities.
Absolutely.
Is that already happening? And when are we eventually going to get there?
Well, as I said, it's a slow process, but we're there. I mean, with the advent of designers that are Filipino who are working abroad. And we bring to the table our culture. So that's something to look forward to.
And you talk about genderless fashion.
Yes.
Will more of our Filipinos adapt to these genderless outfits?
Well, we've always been sort of like...
Are we open?
We're very open. I mean, I'd like to think we're very open. I'd like to think that there's nothing wrong with wearing a sarong for a man. I mean, it's perfect for our temperature and perfect for our climate. And I'd like to see you in one of those soon.
Yeah, of course. Definitely. We will work on that, Rajo. And of course, everybody wants to find out, what is the color for 2024?
Well, the color for 2024, it's actually called peach fuzz. It's this sort of like warm pastel color that evokes moistness and deliciousness. and a lot of, what do you call this, a lot of warm, fuzzy feelings.
But is that color, the peach fuzz, for all Filipinos?
Not really. It's just a trend.
Yeah.
It's just a trend.
A global
But
trend.
It's a global trend.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's up to you to adapt it. I, for one, will be adapting another color story.
Yeah, so I want to find out, what are the colors for 2024?
For
of
me,
Rajo Laurel?
I mean, for me, I love the optimism of yellow. I love the way yellow brings us joy. And I also love how the color of turquoise calms you. So the power of color is very important, and these colors actually work very well with our skin tone.
Yellow, turquoise, you'll be using this across all your fashions in 2024?
Yes, men and women and children.
But I've also been reading about intense rust, midnight
yes,
plum,
yes,
apricot crush,
Yes.
sustained gray, and cool matcha. Other popular.
Excuse me, somebody's doing the research. Well, again, that's an international color
Yeah,
theory.
yeah.
Basically, the international. It usually starts with textiles, and they already have a prediction to condition the buyers and to condition the people on what to actually consume. And the colors that you're mentioning are wonderful, but if you notice, they're actually geared more towards the Western coloring. And we need to tweak that. As a Filipino designer, as a designer in Southeast Asia, we need to tweak that for our markets so that it actually will look better. Color theory is one thing that we should sort of like discuss, because we need to make sure that these colors look good on us. That's why it's always safer, if I were you guys, just to employ in your wardrobe the neutrals and yet inject a little bit of these colors as an accessory.
All right, so I'm sure for 2024, I'll be asking your advice on what color of ties, shirts, and jackets
Absolutely.
I should be wearing.
But you know, you should try the peach fuzz. You never know how that makes you feel.
We have to also be a little bit experimental, right?
Yeah,
With the
yeah.
colors, not your traditional blues and blacks.
I'll send
and grays.
I'll send you a peach fuzz tie soon.
But what can we expect from Rajo Laurel in 2024? This is
It's a
your
banner
30th
year.
year.
It's a banner year.
A
for
milestone.
us. Yeah, it's a milestone
Rajo.
for us. We've been here for 30 years. So we're going to be celebrating by giving back. We're having an exposition and going to be exploring our archives and sharing that to a new generation of creatives that will probably enjoy that. And if I'm not too lazy, I'll be able to finish my book by the end of this year. So I have to.
A retrospective
Well,
of 30 years of
yeah.
Rajo Laurel
An
and the
ex-
House of Laurel.
Correct. An exposition of what we've done and what we're doing. Essentially, it's almost like a mid-career review of what we've done in the last 3 decades.
And what about fashion shows? Not only here for your exposition, but abroad to showcase
Yes, obviously.
Rajo's fashion.
Yes, that's in the pipeline, although it's very, very expensive to do that. So we're trying to think of brand new creative ways to share our fashion that will be more economical and more a healthy way of doing that. So we're thinking of new ways to sort of like share our narratives and our stories that will be more of an even playing field.
Genderless outfits, sustainability, circular economy,
Correct.
slow fashion,
Correct.
peach fuzz,
Yes.
yellow, turquoise. What should we avoid in terms of fashion in 2024,
You know,
Rajo?
to be honest with you, fashion really is a self-expression. I think what you should avoid is the minute you feel uncomfortable. You should avoid that. The minute you feel that it's inauthentic to yourself, avoid that. And I always believe that we shouldn't be a homogenized story in terms of fashion. In fact, I am a strong believer of bad fashion and good fashion because this makes everything so much more interesting. However, if you are going to ask me what you should avoid is we really should sort of like really be avoiding overconsumption. We should really avoid things just for the sake
Of buying.
Of buying.
Oo.
I think what's important at the moment really is to buy better but less. So again, going back to the slow fashion, because sometimes you buy, let's say, 5 pieces that will disintegrate in less than a month. But if you buy one good thing, that will last you a lifetime.
One nice blouse,
Absolutely.
one nice skirt, one
Correct.
pair of pants,
Correct.
or a jacket, and then mix and match.
Absolutely. So if you sort of like look in your wardrobe, if you haven't worn it for the last 6 months, either share it or give it away, or probably
Donate
gift
it.
or donate it, because that's actually one trend that we should always think about, which is thrifting. I love that. I've been thrifting since I started designing, and I'm a big fan of ukay-ukay.
Ah, ukay, definitely. You'll find a lot of good bargains there.
Yeah, you just have to watch.
And your final advice for our final word viewers when it comes to fashion in 2024?
Don't be afraid to express yourself, and at the end of the day, enjoy. Life is supposed to be lived, and fashion is just an expression. And always remember, how you dress up is how you express yourself, and it's the first thing people notice. So you have to enjoy, you have to love what you're wearing in order to become confident, successful, beautiful, and strong.
Well said.
Happy New Year, my friend.
Happy New Year, fashion guru, designer, Rajo Laurel.
Thank you for having us. Thank you for having me.
That's right. Looking forward to your 30th year
Thank you.
in the fashion industry.
Thank you.